Do you know that there are great minds that have contributed immensely in describing the atomic structure? And that leads us to the subject chemistry. Chemistry. And in chemistry, we're going to look at the history of the atom. History, okay, of the atom. History of the atomic structure, okay, or the atom. How it came to be. Number one, the first person we want to discuss here, we want to talk about, is not that person than Democritus. Democritus. Democritus in 400 BC. Okay, Democritus in 400 BC told us that matter is made up of what? An indivisible particle. And this indivisible particle, he called it atomos. Atomos. Atomos means indivisible. Indivisible. So he was the first person to give us the idea, okay, what the description of an atom looks like. Democritus, 400 BC. Number two, the next person we have is John Dalton. John Dalton, a great mind. John Dalton in 1803. John Dalton gave us, he described the modern atomic theory. Modern atomic what? In 1803. Modern atomic theory. And what does the theory says? This modern theory says that matter is made up of an atom. An atom of an element is identical or alike. John Dalton, 1803. Number three, the next we have J.J. Thomson. J.J. what? Thomson. J.J. Thomson in 1897. Okay? J.J. Thomson in 1897 discovered the what? The electron. J.J. Thomson in 1897 discovered the electron, which is the first subatomic particle. He didn't also only discover the electron, he also described the plum pudding model. Plum what? Pudding. Let me write here so that you can see. Model. So take notes quickly. We're looking at this history of the atomic structure. So we said Democritus talked about what? The indivisibility of an atom found in matter. Matter is made up of indivisible particle. John Dalton said that the modern atomic theory, okay, that matter is made up of an atom of an element are alike or identical. J.J. Thomson also talked about, in 1897, discovered the electron, which is the first subatomic particle, and also described the plum pudding model. Number four, the next great mind that continued from where it stopped was who? R.A. Millikan. Robert Millikan. Robert what? Millikan. Millikan in 1909. Millikan in 1909, what did he do? He discovered the charge of an electron. So this one, he discovered the charge of what? An electron. Using the what? Popularly known as what? The oil drop, through the oil drop what? Experiment. Are you with me? So he did an oil drop experiment, and that led to him discovering the charge of an electron. But the one who discovered the electron was Thomson. And he gave us the charge to be, minus 1.602 times 10 to the power what? He gave us the charge to be minus 1.602 times 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. That was the charge he gave us. This minus sign you see is because the electron is what? Negatively charged. Number five, the next great man you see is what? Ernest Rutherford. Ernest Rutherford. Some text we call it Lord Rutherford. Okay? Ernest Rutherford in 1911. What did he do? He discovered the atomic nucleus. Nucleus. So he discovered the atomic nucleus. And as Rutherford discovered the atomic nucleus through an experiment which we call the alpha scattering experiment. And he described that the atom is made up of a centrally dense core where the mass of the atom is concentrated. And he talked about the atomic model structure defining the what? The nucleus. So Ernest Rutherford did that. I think Some other textbook will give you other experiments that he talked about. So Rutherford was the one that discovered the nucleus of an atom, and he gave us the atomic model concerning that in 1911. Another I'd like you to follow on Facebook and Instagram at Adobe Fickenberg, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Adobe Fickenberg. Right now, we're going to be looking at physics immediately. Physics.